What's up, everybody? This is Mico, the entrepreneur. I am here with a special guest. Now, I've been trying to interview her a couple of times, but I got her today, or tonight, and we're going to talk about a few things. We're probably going to talk about basketball. We're going to talk about her foundation, her as a person. Get your popcorn, get your snacks, stop what you're doing, and make sure you tune in and watch this from beginning to end. Share it with a lot of people, give it a thumbs up, and any information you need to reach out for her foundation is going to be in the description below. I am going to introduce Jennifer George. Hi, Jennifer.
Hello there. Well, thank you for having me. Always a pleasure. We've tried this a couple times, but this one is going to hit, and I'm excited to speak to you.
Yes. So you just had an event that I went to, and I'm glad that I went. I'm glad I enjoyed myself. I ate good. People know that I love to eat, especially when, it's free or included. I met a lot of people. It was a lot of good people in the room. And, I enjoyed myself. I had a wonderful time. But let's get started on, because I can read from the website, but I'd rather for you to talk about how you got into the sport of basketball, what you've been doing, and where you are now, and where you're trying to take this foundation.
Absolutely. Well, I am born and raised in Orlando, Florida. So how I got into basketball, like most kids, when they're younger, your parents put you in all types of sports. I did soccer. And then I think my parents are from the Caribbean. My mother's from Jamaica. My father's from Trinidad and Tobago. So they have no idea what basketball is. And we were driving down the street in Windermere, Florida, and I saw some kids playing basketball. And I said, "Hey, Mom, can I try this?" And she said, "Sure." And so from there, probably about elementary school, I started learning the game of basketball. And my father was not a fan. He wanted me to play golf and soccer. And so that's where I started. And then I ended up playing basketball at the University of Florida. I was drafted in the third rounds to the Indiana Fever by WNBA in 2013. I played overseas after that as well for 2 years in Spain and Puerto Rico. And like I said, my mother's Jamaican, so I played for the Jamaican national team up until 2018 was the last time that I played for the women's national team. And then I decided to hang it up and go into strength and conditioning. So as of now, well, not as of now, but right now, I am the director of sports performance for Bishop Moore Catholic High School. I'm also the strength coach for Rollins College women's basketball. And I also run a foundation that I founded in 2020, Girls Basketball Worldwide. And we go into underserved communities and implement the game of basketball at a fundamental level, as well as be able to provide programming and mentorship for middle school age girls.
Okay. Speaking of your foundation, let me see if I can share the screen. So I have it up here. Give me a second. And then, hold on. Hey! Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So let me see if I can put this on. I never really played. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right, so if you can, what I'm going to try to do is kind of scroll, go to different tabs. So I'm going to read from here. Girls Basketball Worldwide Foundation at a glance. So you kind of touched on this just a little bit, but more than 40% of girls drop out of sports after middle school as a result of lack of instruction, skill development, and opportunities. And you did touch on the other paragraph that's here. So can you tell me about the different programs that you have with your foundation? Actually, starting with, I thought I thought these were like different activities that you have, but this is actually just the different tabs. Is it like one or two programs that you can kind of talk about briefly
Yeah, so
with
in
your
the summer,
foundation?
of course, in the summer, we partnered with the city of Orlando. And so we did an 8-week program at 2 different community centers, which was Inglewood on the east side of Orlando and Rosemont on the west side of Orlando. And so we have a 90-minute session 2 days a week, and we were able to do strength and conditioning. We were able to do skill development, and then we did a curriculum, Her Time to Play, which goes over the body image, nutrition, family issues. So we did that for the 8 weeks. And then at the end of the 8 weeks, we had the 2 centers scrimmage against each other in front of a good size of fans from the summer programs of Inglewood. And then we were able to give them school supplies for the upcoming school year season, which was right now 2023, 2024.
Okay. So for the girls fall, the league for 2024, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so we give a lot of this, the system right now for basketball, especially girls, is you pay a bunch of money to play for these AU teams and you travel. And at middle school, you're still learning. And so we wanted to provide a league for everyone in between. So not the 1%ers, but everyone that's from beginning to learn how to play basketball to just playing on their middle school team. But there's not, middle school leagues right now aren't that long or have that much practice time. So we just wanted to give those teams and those girls an opportunity to continue to play in the fall, but as well as do a skill development part to that as well. So for our league's a little different. It doesn't cost that much. And also we provide skill development in between games for the girls, no matter what team you're on. So it's more about the development and having a space for girls to play instead of, hey, everyone wants to be winning and XYZ. It's more about learning.
Okay. So right now I'm on the tab for Greens for Hoops Celebrity Golf Scramble that actually just took place, about a week ago?
Yep, it was last week.
That's the one that's the one I went to. And so just in case, if you can go ahead and kind of talk about that a little bit. When is your next one? Are you having like another one soon?
It would be annually, so it'll be next year.
Okay, so it's annually. Okay.
Yeah. So the Greens for Hoops Celebrity Golf Scramble, we brought in players from the WNBA as our celebrities, as well as college coaches and athletes around the Orlando area. And we had 128 golfers on that day. And we had just a great time raising money. We had some on-course activities that were some fan favorites. And as you can see, the Marquisha Grant Scholarship Award, we were able to award on the pre-party, so the night before, able to award a young girl at the Kaiva High School. She is going to be playing at Tallahassee Community College, and she won a $2,500 award under Marquisha Grant's name, who she played at University of South Carolina under Dawn Staley. And she does a lot of work for young girls right now and even college girls. South Carolina was actually one of her teams that she did team bonding for. So she goes around and makes sure their young girls and collegiate athletes have a purpose outside of basketball.
Okay. So I know I'm not into basketball. I played softball in high school. I always wanted to play basketball, but I don't know, I just felt like I was too short and I didn't know what I was doing. And was just always out of breath with trying to like dribble the ball and try to run and all that. But I hear a lot of people now, they want to get into either coaching or doing like certain clinics. So can you talk about how someone would start a clinic for middle school, high school, or just a local group like in their community? How would they go about starting something like that? Not really a foundation, but like just a clinic or something.
Well, it helps to be connected to the basketball world. You have to know coaches, or because if you're not familiar with the sport, you want to know someone that has a experience coaching. And so, you go to your local community center and you promote your clinic and use their gym space. And usually community centers have obviously kids that go there, so they have the population, and you put together an itinerary for that clinic, and then you run it. Make sure people show up. And basketball is super easy because all you need is basketball.
Okay. So I see right here that you have upcoming programs. So is this the court that you're building in Jamaica, or?
No, that's just a graphic that shows that, obviously a Caribbean background on there. So our goal is to be able to refurbish a court, and we use the fundraiser for the golf scramble to be able to raise those funds. This year we were about 20K short of our goal, so we'll need to keep fundraising for it next year, and hopefully we'll be able to complete the project.
Okay, so like, let's just say you had the 20,000 to get this court refurbished or set up. Do you know, like, do you have to pay for the maintenance costs, or is that something you have to keep fundraising for?
So once we refurbish the court, which would be in Majesty Gardens, Jamaica, we have a construction team already. They go in, they refurbish it, they put a coat of paint over it as well. And then not obviously, but my foundation goes to Jamaica once a year. And so we would be able to, check on the status or the maintenance of that. And then also our connection, or my connections to Jamaica, and obviously the communication I would have on that court. And our goal is to be able to service other courts, not just in Jamaica, but in the Caribbean. So it's an ongoing process that our goal is to continue to impact the countries in the Caribbean.
Okay. So right now I'm on a contact. So if me or someone wanted to donate, would they come here to this section right here to, like, would this information go straight to you or your team, or is it like in the
Well,
database?
if someone wants to donate, you would scroll up, and on the menu tab, it just says donate there. And then obviously there's another on the donate with the more. There should be another donate button. So if someone wants to donate, they could donate in those two ways.
Okay. Okay. So for equipment, so if I wanted to donate, I don't know, $100 for equipment, how far would that go? Is that for one person or two people, or?
Nowadays, $100 can probably serve. I mean, equipment-wise, could be for girls, socks, bras. So that could probably serve one person or two, depending on it's one per person, or if you want to give, a bundle to one girl. So 100 probably takes you about one person.
Oh, okay. I just found it. Yeah,
Those
$100.
prices are probably
Yeah.
outdated from 2024. Probably need to be updated.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay. So if people wanted to volunteer, they would, like, get in touch with you. And so if they do volunteer, who are you looking for? Are you looking for someone part-time, full-time, just on an event basis, or?
Well, it depends on what their expertise is. If it's marketing, that could be something that is, part-time consistently throughout the year. If it's someone wants to actually be involved in the actual events, we have an event schedule. And so we would be able to plug them in if they want to be helping out with registration on the day of, if they have a background in basketball. Always looking for experienced coaches to help the young girls. So it just depends on what they're looking to get out of it and what they're able to provide.
Okay. So there you have it, guys. I just went over the website. So girlsbasketballwf.org. That information is going to be in the description below. Let me exit out of this. Okay. Because I don't want to keep that just in case something happens. So can we talk about what's behind your head? What's behind you?
Yeah, so if you can see my college jersey, so the University of Florida Go Gators, At senior day or senior night, they provide the seniors with a jersey. And so 2013, I was awarded my actual jersey for my senior day, and I have it hung up in my office.
Aww, I like that. I'm so excited. This is very special for me. I just hope that, my audience will appreciate this because, they love DoorDash. If it's not DoorDash or Uber Eats I'm talking about or whatever, they, like, yeah, whatever. But I have a lot of people who enjoy sports. I'm glad that now that we met, that hopefully this is not just the only interview, that it will be more interviews, maybe at your actual events on site. Just to see you in action. That's something that I would like to see in the future as well. Um, Before we close out, like, is it anything else you would like to talk about regarding your foundation or just basketball in general?
Well, I mean, I think it's just an exciting time for women's basketball. The Final Four just closed, and we saw, amazing numbers: 18 million viewers for the championship game between South Carolina and Iowa, which outranked the men's basketball Final Four, and then obviously rolling into the WNBA Draft. And so I think overall we're going to be seeing an uptick in girls in sports because if you can see it, you can believe it. And they're broadcasting women's basketball a lot more now. So it's really exciting time for anybody in sports, especially in girls and women in sports. And so I'm excited for the future. And we have some really great partnerships coming up for the foundation to close out this year, even though, we're almost at the halfway mark. We have a trip to DC coming up in June where we'll be implementing a girls clinic up there as well. So very excited. And yeah, it's just a really good time for sports.
Wow. Okay. So how can they, and I don't know if I went over this, how can they get you on social media? I know I have something scrolling at the bottom, but like how can they contact you other than the website and what's scrolling on the bottom?
Yeah, you can reach me Instagram wise, girls period basketball period worldwide. And then my personal Instagram is Jennifer George 3. So those are the two ways that you can contact. You can DM or you could use the website with the contact information form.
Okay. Well, any other last words before we finally close it out?
No, I think we hit it all.
Okay. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you look at the description below. Also, let me just go ahead and talk about StreamYard. So StreamYard, content creators and YouTubers, you're going to need that. So make sure you click on the link below to start your free 14 days. After that, if you don't want to start it, that's fine. But you're going to need that if you're going to move forward on using StreamYard to do interviews, to go live or whatever. Also with Tubebuddy, you're going to need that for your SEO and your titles and your tags. So the description is, and the link is in the description below. Make sure you click on that. And other than that, thank you, Jennifer. I'm glad that we got through this. So let me hurry up. But all jokes aside, thank you so much. I really appreciate this. And I will see you guys in the next interview.